erasure of history, of images and symbols of past greatness through plunder, falsification, and alienation. That is the erasure of your cultural meaning and identity. As Ngugi wa Thiong'o said, it's an attempt to create the impression that your past is a wasteland of non-achievement, that you have no reference to any greatness, to any science. Even as we stood amidst the pyramid, as we stood at the great Zimbabwe monument, as we stood at the remnants of the Benin Kingdom, the first city in the world to have lights, as we stood in the midst of greatness built by our ancestors, knowing that Mansa Musa was the wealthiest man in the world at some stage, they still wanted to persuade you that you have no value, intellectual, physical, or spiritual, that your beliefs are mere fetishes. But this conversation is not about victimhood. This conversation is about our agency, that we are not what they said about us. This conversation is about redemption based on three anchors. Number one, memory. That the one thing you do is you assume a cow or a horse that you used to plow has no memory of the whip you placed on its back and of the cruelty you did to it yesterday. We're not horses, we're not cattle. We're human beings. And we have a right to memory because memory is a terrain of struggle. Jewish people were deemed entitled to memory for the Holocaust. And today, nobody ever tells them it happened too long ago. Today, on a particular day called the Day of Remembrance, the British wear a red poppy in remembrance of their heroes who fell when? A long time ago. About the time when the genocide against the Herero and the Nama was happening. About the time when they were hanging Nehanda, Nyikasikan. Around the time when they were carrying out the atrocities against the Mau Mau. It may be a long time for others, but we live in a generation which, because of alienation and dispossession, is entitled to say, we owe ourselves the duty to heal from our own wounds. We owe ourselves the duty to hold our own dictators to account, but we will not allow you to try and construct political amnesia and erasure of your own contribution to the dysfunctions in the society we live in.